Sometimes you don't end up where you thought you were going. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down the top 10 games that were changed during development.
Outnumbered! Attempting to disengage!
For this list, we are looking at games that went through the most radical changes from their original concept, be it in gameplay or by visual style.
I'll be good. Be better than good.
We're ranking these games based on how different the final release was to its original form.
Let's go practice medicine.
Number 10, Splinter Cell.
Sam Fisher. I can't believe you beat me here. I like to be early.
According to Ubisoft employees, the classic stealth game was originally intended to be a real-time strategy game by Ubisoft Paris. Unsatisfied with the quality of the game, the ownership was moved to a team in New York, where the game was turned into a stealth action game on a floating island. It was only after a few years of development that the reins were handed over to Ubisoft Montreal and Red Storm, and that game became the Splinter Cell we all know today. Number 9, GoldenEye 007. The hit console FPS almost never came to be. In fact, the game was supposed to be an SNES rail shooter inspired by Virtua Cop. It was only after first playing Super Mario 64 that the developers at Rare were inspired to do something bigger and better. On top of that, the multiplayer was added as a last-minute addition, a secret project that was done without consent from Rare management. And, at the end of the day, it's still hard to believe that this was a movie tie-in game, with Pierce Brosnan. Ew. Number 8, Team Fortress 2. The first time this game was shown was at E3 1999, and it was a realistic, gritty military shooter. In typical Valve fashion, Team Fortress 2 disappeared from the face of the earth until it was unveiled again in 2006, this time with a cartoony art style.
Oh, they're going to have to glue you back together in hell!
According to Robin Walker, co-creator of the original Team Fortress, the 2006 release was actually the third or fourth completely different version of the game.
And from that day forward, anytime a bunch of animals are together in one place, it's called a zoo!
Maybe this is why Half-Life 3 is taking so long. Number 7, Red Dead Revolver. The Western-inspired video game was originally developed by Capcom and was intended to be a follow-up to their classic arcade side-scroller, Gun.Smoke, but that was ultimately dropped by the Japanese game company. It was then picked up by Rockstar Games, who expanded the game world and added some Sergio Leone-inspired spaghetti western elements, and a decent helping of blood to boot. Number 6, Borderlands. The first reveal trailer showed the co-op RPG in a very realistic, gritty, and intimidating world. The decision to change its style to a cartoonish, cel-shaded world was done in order to differentiate the game from its contemporaries, such as Fallout 3 and Rage, delaying its release and upsetting many fans. With what we know of Borderlands now, we're glad that they were able to forge a unique path and create such a memorable world. Number 5, Grand Theft Auto. Originally called Race and Chase, a multiplayer cops and robbers game, the concept was changed when a glitch caused AI-controlled cop cars to constantly ram the player's car to cause non-stop crashes, which actually improved the fun of the game. DMA Designs decided to ditch the original game. Grand Theft Auto was built around the infamous bug, with an emphasis on open-world single-player missions, both on foot and in vehicles. We have to thank this bug for helping to create one of the most influential game franchises in history.
Got a 1035 in the southwest part.
Number 4, Resident Evil 4. The fourth entry in the survival horror series went through various changes during development. The first version of the game was more of an action game, and was eventually turned into Devil May Cry. The most famous unreleased version of this game shows Leon walking around a haunted house, fighting ghosts and experiencing hallucinations as the result of being infected with a virus. When it was all over, RE4 was tweaked so much that even the preview disc demo is a bit different from the final full release. Number 3. Star Fox Adventures. Originally titled Dinosaur Planet and intended for release on the N64, the game told the story of Prince Saber and his adopted sister Crystal. The game was turned into a Star Fox title when Shigeru Miyamoto visited the Rare offices and noticed the similarities with Nintendo's hit franchise. Saber was turned into Fox McCloud, Crystal was unfortunately downgraded to a damsel in distress, and the game was moved to the GameCube.
Okay, I'm going.
Sadly, this was the last console game release under the Rare and Nintendo partnership. Number 2. Conker's Bad Fur Day. 12 Tales Conker 64 was first unveiled at E3 1997 and was supposed to be a family-friendly platformer in a cutesy and colorful world. Facing a lot of early criticism for being yet another 3D cartoony platformer, Rare decided to throw their plain, vanilla-looking game into the toilet. What came back out was a game featuring the adventures of a vulgar alcoholic squirrel in this colorful but dirty world. From bouncing on a busty sunflower, to giving cows diarrhea, to wielding a shotgun against zombies, this one was definitely no longer for kids.
Get your ass in there. There's these cows. Get them in there. Get them to crap, and I'll make it a ball of poo.
Before we reveal our number 1, here are a few honorable mentions.
No, what am I doing?
Number 1. Halo Combat Evolved.
The game is going to ship early next year from Bungie, and this is the first time anybody has ever seen it. It's the first time they've debuted it. And so I'm very happy to welcome on the stage Jason Jones, who is the co-founder of Bungie and the Halo project lead. Halo is the name of this game, and we're going to see, for the first time, Halo. Welcome, Jason.
Believe it or not, the original version of this beloved game wasn't the Xbox Epic we know today.
Draw off what you can.
It was unveiled by Steve Jobs at Macworld 1999 as a Mac OS X exclusive real-time strategy game, though that was eventually dropped and the game became a third-person shooter.
Recon reporting. Hostiles have been neutralized.
Say again? Over.
The drop zone is clear.
But then, Microsoft purchased Bungie in 2000 and requested that they turn the game into the first-person shooter we know today. It would eventually put the Xbox on the map and modernize online gaming on consoles. The future of teabagging would never be the same. Do you agree with our list?
Yo, what's up?
Tell us what you think these games would have been like in their original form, and for more ever-changing top 10 videos published daily, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.